Alrighty, Sagittarius. Thanks for checking out the video. We got 9 cards here, Crowley deck. Let's see what we got. We got the Princess of Discs. It's a good card to start out with. We got, it's basically a message of like, you're not being coerced into service. You know, maybe there's, and service could include, it's alluding more towards like situational relationships. Like, you're not being coerced to hang out with certain people, or you're not being coerced to spend time around certain individuals, you know. So, you know, at a certain point, you can't say, well, you know, I had to hang around. I had to be over there all the time. Is that really the case? We got the 9 of Discs here. We got the Gain card. You may be enmeshed in a situation of dependency or indulgence. Now, it may not be necessarily you, Sagittarius, but it could be. And it's sort of tied to this. It's right next to it. You know, you got 3 discs on this top. You got the Princess, and you got the 9 and the 6. Kind of rare. Have a line of a 3. You got a 9 of discs down here in the corner, which is just 4 discs and 1 9 card spread. And this 9 of discs, again, is like, you know, a situation of dependency or something. Could be friends, or it could be you, but it's followed by the 6. The 6 of discs here. The Success card, though. This is a transitory situation. There's 2 messages with this card. A transitory situation. And it speaks to beware of philanthropists. It almost seems like, it's almost like a message like there's going to be someone, not probably in your circle of friends, who enters into the situation. And it's like overt, like, you know, it's like they're super generous, but we'll get into that. Just be on the lookout for a very magnanimous, you know, philanthropist type, someone who's like, oh, I'm well off. I'll help you, you lads or lassies out. You know, like somebody comes in kind of to a situation. It could be another business person. It could be a bank. I mean, it could be an institution. It's not necessarily a person. It could be an institution. But let's get into that a little bit more here. So this 3 of Wands, pride and arrogance. So there's just this. So it's basically a person. It's talking. It's really pointing. This 3 of Wands is pointing more to a person comes in like a benevolent philanthropist. But the Moon card has something to say about it. Major Arcana, Moon card, basically deception and beware. That's basically the two words: deception, beware. So who is this transitory philanthropist that enters into the scene or situation? Yeah, you wanna keep a real close eye on that individual because that's not what they're all about. And they're arrogant. They're arrogant, and they got a lot of pride. So that this person who enters in the situation, you'll notice them by their pride and arrogance, because they'll probably have plenty of it. You got the Major Arcana of the Priestess here. So it's the divine enters some matter before you on your behalf. I'm not I'm not absolutely sure where that's pointing towards, but if you're aware of this situation, that priestess might make more sense. And then you got the Knight of Discs. Ignore the dullness feeling in dealing with practical affairs. If there's like the philanthropist came in and offered to solve some kind of like strife of dealing with practical matters, I wouldn't take them up on any kind of offer like that. So beware, philanthropists. You may have a philanthropist enter into your situation or life, but anything they're offering, I'd probably second guess that or third guess that or more than that. You know, I'm just saying, Sag. You know, 5 of Wands. If you notice quarreling and fighting, it's good to notice it, but not to get involved. So there could be some information. If you notice quarreling or fighting, it may give you a heads up on this person. It may be associated with the situation, but just don't get drawn into it. Just don't get drawn into it, which is basically the card is basically saying there's a chance you could get drawn into something like that. Avoid it if you can remember to walk away from it. Now we're going to finish up with it's the Five of Swords, but it's more like an upright meaning of the Five of Swords. It's not the typical, you know, ill-dignified, strong meaning. It's a more rare message with this Five of Swords. Discover your blind spots and take steps accordingly. So we got the Princess of Disc up here. You know, you're not being coerced into a situation. You're probably voluntarily there. You may be enmeshed in a situation of dependency or indulgence. A transitory situation, probably a person entering. And you have, beware philanthropist, of course. The Three of Wands here, pride, arrogance is the signature of that person. The Moon says deception, beware of that person. And the Priestess is divine enters on some matter before you on your behalf. So some matter the divine is going to engage in this on your behalf, which is a good thing. Knight of Disc, ignore dullness, the feeling of dealing with practical matters. It's not something to go, to dwell on too much. It's just the daily grind is the daily grind, and it's good to just accept it. And then we have notice quarreling and fighting, but avoid it. Don't get drawn into it. And discovering blind spots, acting accordingly. I think this is basically a reference back to the entire message itself or this person. So that's all I got for you, Sag. Thanks for checking out the video, and namaste.